Dark web is a place where countless crimes take place. But what happens when a dark website gets hacked and all the data becomes public? Well, these are the screenshots of some hits placed on the dark web, a truly horrifying site where people place orders to get someone killed. Yes, such sites are common on the dark web, but they're mostly urban legends that regularly appear and disappear. While most of them are just made for scams, some might not be. Today, we'll have a look at one such site that made headlines. The date was February 2016 when suddenly a blog appeared on the surface web on a site called fightingbesamafia.blogspot.com with the title, "Fighting Besa Mafia for Hire Must Stop." Soon after that, the whole internet was filled with similar blogs and reviews. Everyone claimed the same things. Besa Mafia is real, provides a hitman who guarantees that the task will be finished and explains why it should be banned. Surprisingly, there were links pointing to the website. While some hesitated to share links, most of them didn't. In fact, one review even stated, "I saw they also have hitmen who do murder for hire." And I was astonished to see that the price was very low, only $5,000. In this review, the supposed customer went on to describe how Besa Mafia helped him kill the man who raped his girlfriend, giving gory details about the murder and posting a picture of a man covered in blood, slumped in the driver's seat of a car. This was all a master plan and marketing campaign run by none other than the mastermind himself, named Yura, a person who paid many freelancers to write paid Reddit posts and publications on major blog sites. Eventually, it worked. The Besa Mafia got into the headlines. Everyone was discussing it. While other such websites were solely made for scamming, this looked different. It was clean and user-friendly, as if someone had genuinely put an effort into making it. Everything was running well for the site. But then, on February 20th, 2016, an independent crime researcher named Chris Montero read a publication with the title, "All Hitman Websites Are Fake Except Besa Mafia." He was curious and went on to research. Eventually, he concluded that the website Besa Mafia claimed to be linked to the Albanian Mafia, which operates as a professional criminal service. The website featured a sophisticated interface with various services advertised, from contract killings to simple assaults. It boasted that its services were reliable, anonymous, and efficient, with hitmen available all over the world. Customers could browse through different options and pay varying amounts, depending on the severity of the task they wished to perform. For murder, the price would range from $5,000 to $50,000 in Bitcoin. For smaller crimes, like setting a car on fire or intimidating someone, the price was lower. But behind this professional appearance, the real purpose of Besa Mafia was far more cynical. Unbeknownst to its users, the site was run by a figure known only as Yura. Chris Montero, he released a blog that said, "If it wasn't for this terrible advice, I would have praised the site as being an effective fake. But come on, no tumbling?" This comment pointed out the absurdity of a supposedly professional dark website leaving such a basic gap in security, which made it clear that it was not a serious operation. His post went on to outline various ways in which the site failed to live up to even the minimal standards of dark web criminal services. Montero also noted the fake positive reviews flooding Google searches and Reddit threads with fresh accounts, further solidifying his conclusion that Besa Mafia was a scam. Chris was a prominent figure, and this hit the well-gained reputation of the Besa Mafia. Seeing all this, Yura directly emailed Chris, asking for an honest review with the email. "Hello, I am one of the admins of Besa Mafia. I saw your blog at pirate.london. Would it be possible for us to pay for a true and honest positive review? Our site is a marketplace, and we have many registered gang members. We're not like other hitmen sites where they only have one team. Let me know if we can prove to you that we are legit. P.S. No PGP key unless you ask for it." He even further offered $50 per month to put up a banner and advertise the website on his blog, to which Chris declined. Yura also tried to sweeten the deal by offering to show Montero the site's capabilities, which included offering to have someone beaten up as proof of their services. Again, Montero rejected the offer, unwilling to be involved in any illegal activities or to lend credence to Besa Mafia. As Euro realized Montero would not cooperate, he shifted tactics. When persuasion failed, Euro resorted to threats. In one of his later emails, Euro threatened to frame Montero as an undercover cop. If you say our service is fake, we'll say that you're an undercover cop with the purpose to disinform people on the deep web. I would suggest you remain neutral to our website until satisfied or dissatisfied customers start bragging or complaining about us. This was an attempt to scare Montero into silence, but it backfired. Instead of backing off, Montero continued to investigate and publish his findings. While he was continuing the investigation, Euro further made moves to solidify the website's reputation. In April 2016, a video was posted online of a car being set on fire, with a message dedicated to Montero. The act was a direct message to Montero because he continued to expose Besa Mafia. This wasn't the only instance. Besa Mafia posted multiple videos of cars being burned, with similar messages directed at other critics. It turns out this was a test for new hitmen. Apart from hit orders, they also hired new hitmen on the site, and to prove their loyalty, these hitmen needed to do some small tasks first. One such task was to burn a car holding these signs. Despite all this, Chris continued and found a loophole that he could exploit to gain access to the website. He was in the process, but at the time, another hacker named BRPSD got access using the same loophole. In 2016, BRPSD hacked into Besa Mafia's server, exposing a large amount of data, including user accounts, Bitcoin transactions, and detailed conversations between clients and Euro, the site's administrator. The data dump included incriminating evidence, such as 38 hit orders and thousands of messages that revealed the inner workings of the scam. It was also released that the site made around $60,000 in the last 2 months. BRPSD publicly released the hacked information in 2 parts, including CSV files that contain thousands of messages between clients and the admin. These leaks were truly horrifying. We'll have a look at these orders and their details later in the video, but for a general idea, these leaks contain targets' names, addresses, photos, ways of killing, and much more unimaginable stuff that we might not even be able to tell on YouTube. Once the data was publicly available, it became clear that many users who believed they were hiring hitmen were being defrauded. The hack exposed communications where Euro manipulated clients, and no real crime was committed. However, Euro, the admin, initially went into damage control mode, claiming that the leak was fake and that the site was still operational. He tried to convince users that the leaked information was fabricated by law enforcement or rival hackers. Euro even posted spam across various forums and blogs, insisting that Besa Mafia was legitimate and that the users could still trust the service. At the same time, Euro retaliated against his critics. Despite Euro's efforts, the hacked data leak severely tarnished Besa Mafia's reputation. Following the hack, law enforcement began investigating, and users grew skeptical of the service, leading to a steep decline in activity on the site. As a result, the Besa Mafia became unsustainable. In July 2016, Chris Montero and his collaborator, Judge Judy, conducted another hack, which allowed them to take over Besa Mafia's homepage. Montero and his team changed the website's main page to a seizure notice, signaling that Besa Mafia had been effectively taken offline. The message posted on the homepage when the website was finally shut down read, "Besa Mafia is a scam. This site is not what it seems. Do not trust it or use it. Law enforcement is watching." Even after Besa Mafia's shutdown, Euro attempted to relaunch under different names, including a site called Crime Bay, but these efforts were short-lived. Law enforcement continued to monitor dark web hitman services, and Euro remained on the run, reportedly hiding out in Romania and not caught to this date. The fallout from the Besa Mafia hack also led to several arrests of individuals who had placed hit orders, and authorities used the data to track down and prosecute some of the more serious offenders. However, the website might have been fake, but what came out to the public was shocking. One such order was from Hit Requester 34. "I want a 14-year-old kid gone. He's a bully, and I need him out of my life. I'll pay anything." Yura responded by asking for details and a payment. The client provided information about the boy's daily routine and location, expecting the job to be done. Although the hit was never carried out, the mere existence of this order highlights the extreme and shocking requests made to the Besa Mafia. People were shocked. How can a person be willing to kill a 14-year-old boy? It shows the sick mentality of people at such a young age. Another such order was from Turkish client. I have an idea that I would also like to catch her and then just spend my days torturing her. This client wanted his ex-girlfriend to be kidnapped and brought to him so he could personally torture her. Yura agreed, but asked for a much higher payment due to the complexity and additional risks involved in the kidnapping. The graphic nature of his request underscores the extreme level of cruelty envisioned by those attempting to hire through Besa Mafia. A similar request came from an unnamed client. I want him dead, and I want his organs sold so I can get a discount. I don't care how it's done, just get rid of him. Yura accepted the request, stating that the organs could be harvested and sold, but only after the full payment was made up front. Again, Besa Mafia never followed through with this request. Yura's scam relied on constantly asking for more Bitcoin without any intention of delivering these services. But by far the most disturbing case was from Dog Day God. Dog Day God reached out with the initial message. I'm looking to hire you for a hit, but what's the best way to convert cash into Bitcoin anonymously? I assume the police would notice the withdrawal of $5,000. Is there a way to make it look like I'm buying something and end up with Bitcoins? Yura, always eager to string along potential clients, responded quickly, providing reassurance and a solution. He suggested that Dog Day God could use the money to buy access to a gaming service, making it appear like an innocent investment. Yura's response: you can tell anyone who asks that you invested in online games. We can provide proof for you. The price for the hit is 15 Bitcoin for a hit-and-run accident. We can arrange for a hitman to cause a car accident. It'll look like an accident, but if it doesn't go as planned, our hitman will have a gun to finish the job. The cost will be 15 BTC, and we can plan this while you're out of town to avoid suspicion. Yura also explained how to transfer money without getting caught and came up with a plan with all these discussions in place. Dog Day God responded with the name, Amy Allwine. She's about 5'6" and looks about 200 pounds. She should be driving a dark green Toyota Sienna minivan. The bitch has torn my family apart by sleeping with my husband, who then left me and is stealing clients from my business. I want her dead. That is the 13 Bitcoins. If it can look like an accident, then you can have the rest. It seemed like Dog Day God was a woman, and she also gave the whole plan. The target will be traveling out of town to Moline, Illinois in March, but that's about a 3-hour drive from Chicago. I'm assuming that this would not work for the hit. If it would, then it would be the perfect time. What is the price in BTC for a hit, ideally making it look like an accident? Yura, as usual, ghosted with a note to give more money or else he would send the info to law enforcement and never got the hit completed. A classic end message for all the clients. Well, you might think that closed the case, but that's not true. The FBI took note of the leak. They warned Amy about the threat to her life, but little did they know Dog Day God was her husband, who was in fact cheating with her. In November 2016, he poisoned Amy with scopolamine, a drug known for its ability to make people vulnerable and disoriented. He then shot her with a 9mm pistol, staging the scene to look like a suicide. He placed the gun by her side and told police that she must have taken her own life. However, the scene didn't add up. Amy was right-handed, but the gun was placed by her left arm. There were no gunpowder residues on her hands, and the dosage of scopolamine found in her system was far too high to be explained by normal dosage. Stevens' claims began to unravel as forensic evidence pointed to his guilt. Additionally, investigators uncovered the deleted files from Stevens' computer, linking him to the dark web activity, proving beyond doubt that Dog Day God was Stephen Allwine. Despite his attempts to mask his involvement, Stevens' plan fell apart. The authorities arrested him, and he was charged with first-degree murder. The dark web, which he had turned to for a secret and anonymous solution, ultimately led to his capture when the hacker's breach exposed his twisted plan. With all these leaks, it clearly showed the dangers of the dark web and how doomed humanity has really become. There are many normal people who are just one step away from committing crimes. There were many arrests after the Besa Mafia website was closed, but nothing solid came out to this date. Such websites emerge and disappear with no one actually knowing if any of them are really real. If you're a fan of internet crimes and mysteries, we bring high-quality videos each week, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel and show us some support.